How's it going? Crispy X back. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that how-to video on how to download Kino. What I'll be showing you guys today is how to tune a vehicle. I know we have a lot of our, let me show you guys a lot of our modification workshops. We have this stuff, right? However, if you like to tune your own vehicles and would like maybe a tune for the Infinity that's right here on the screen right here, let me show you guys on how to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find and buy this favorite car that everybody likes. I like it and love it myself. It's called the Precision GT. What we're gonna go and do is we're gonna make sure that the ultimate tune is already on our car. As you can see, kind of changed the areas around here, around the tires, the wheel wells a little bit, makes it a little bit better. I mean, look how beautiful this car is, chat. All right, so then we got that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go now to the dyno stand. You're gonna make sure that you're on suspension. You're gonna make sure the stiffness is showing here. First thing of what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make sure the spring length is right on how we like it. So for me, I like 14.0. For spring stiffness, I like to be at 80. So we're gonna be right at 80 kN-M. Sometimes it gets kind of finicky, but get it as close as you want, or close as you can is what I say to everybody. Or you can just type it in if you're on PC. So 80. Damper fast bump. You want that guy right at 5,000. It's gonna give you that precision inside the suspension. You're gonna have a lot of better rolling, if that makes any sense. If you guys have trouble, you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know what your guys' favorite car is inside CarX Drift Racing. So awesome. Damper fast rebound. That guy's going to be also at 5,000. So make sure if you have it at 5,100 there, you're more than welcome to drop that bad boy down to 5,000. Awesome. So the next one we're going to be on is also going to be the damper bump. Damper bump. That guy, as you can see right here, it's going to reduce the speed of the suspension during sharp maneuvers, and after hitting road bumps, a high value of increases to stability and sharp maneuvers. But values that are too high can cause a reduced a contact patch within the road. So you want to make sure this is all set at 5,000. So all these guys from fast bumper, fast bumper, the damper fast bump. You want all this all the way down to the rebounds. You want those at 5,000. So damper bump, you also want that at 5,000. The damper rebound, you want that guy also at 5,000. Then we get down here to the sway bar stiffness. You want that all the way zeroed out. You guys can read this left side here too as well, if that helps you out. That way you guys can understand it. I will take another video and I can go through all of this stuff and explain them individually. However, this is just on how to tune your vehicle. You can utilize my tune on any other vehicle. Like I said, all my tunes are universal. You may have to change some things up if you don't like one thing to move in the one way. But yeah, let's keep it moving. Rear access. We're going to go over here to the right side. We're going to jump on the rear access here, chat. The spring stiffness in the rear. You want that guy right at 13.0. 13.0. Spring stiffness in the rear. You want that at 70. And then we're going to start doing the dampers in the rear now. All those are going to be at 4,000. So we're going to drop 1,000 then from the front. Every single one at 4,000. We're going to do the damper bump at 4,000. And then last thing but least, we're going to do the damper rebound as well at 4,000. Whoop, I canceled it. Don't do that. Don't fat finger like I did. Make sure you guys do it right and look over it, because once you miss one of these things, it's going to make your car perform a little bit differently. Make sure this last one down here is going to be at 0. Awesome, guys. So that's it for the front and rear access. Now we're going to go over to alignment. Alignment's one of my favorite things to do. It's kind of where we get into the nitty-gritty of things. So camber, the way that your car is going to roll itself. The camber, you're going to want this one right here, the left side, right at 8 Negative. You want negative 8.79 or as close as you can get. It does not matter. It does not have to be precise. However, when you get the left at 8.79, your right should also look like as negative 8.77. Let me get over here to toe. Toe, you want to leave it right where it's at, negative 0.10. We get down in your caster. So caster is one of my favorite things that I always like to mess with. Caster is going to be your 2.8. That's going to make it to when you roll your joystick, it's going to make your car transition really, really smooth. The steering axis offset, I always like to run mine at 14. Kind of, to me, helps out the car a little bit better. I haven't really read up on much on it. It is a new thing to the game, ever since what was it, 3 updates ago. However, let's keep moving. Ackerman angle, I always like it down at 38%. This depends on when you are transitioning, how fast it'll transition. So you can transition slow or you can transition fast, depending on how you like to transition. I like to transition slowly. Kingpin, the kingpin angle inclination, I always like that down at 9 degrees. Again, I haven't really read too much on these two, the steering axis offset and the kingpin, just because, again, it was new to the game. Awesome. Let's go over to the rear. The rear axis camber, you want that at negative 4.84. Negative 4.84 or as close as you can get it. And if you guys pay attention to the left in the front there, it will kind of mess up this. So you got to make sure you're precise on it. And again, you don't have to be precise. It'll only, you won't realize it, to be honest. So look, I'll leave mine at negative 4.8 for you, so you guys can see. Now the toe in the rear, you want to make sure that is zeroed out. So 0.00 across the board. Awesome. Let's move on to wheels. Wheels is also another cool thing that I like, because again, you can kind of mess with the tire profile. They give you 35%. However, we're going to start back up at the top. So rim diameter, you want that thing at 19 inches. The tire width, you want that thing at 230. The tire pressure, you want it at 90. Again, you guys don't want to run a lot of pressure in those rear tires. You don't want all that grip. In the front. You want more grip in the rear, so that way it kind of catches a little bit. Sorry. Tire grip, you know, baby, always running them damn things at 90s. We are at 90. I am a 90 freak. 13 instead of 8 there on the wheelbase width. Tire profile, I always like to run anywhere between 30s to 25%. And same thing on the rear for your tire profile. 25%, 25%. The rear axis, leave that that rim diameter at 19 inches. For the tire width, instead of 285, you want that bad boy down at 230 there. And then now your tire pressure in the rear, you want that at 215. 215, chat. So put that down at 215. And then the wheelbase width in the rear, you want that bad puppy at 12. Instead of negative 3, you want it at 12. Awesome. There you guys go. You guys are more than welcome to pause this video, kind of see where I know some parts I am kind of taking a little bit longer on and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to pause it where I'm quick at, okay? Awesome, guys. Brake torque. Brakes, I allow my brakes to bring me out towards the line, if that makes sense. So let's say on Red Rock, we're going around that little arc inside the middle of the map. I like to stay outwards, so that's going to be at the end of the road. So when you're drifting out, I like to stay out instead of in. N is going to be closer into the track instead of outside of the track. So the way that I run my brakes, my brake torque is always down at 1,000. Love my 1,000 brake torques. Now my bias, it always fluctuates, right? So my bias ends up anywhere from 50 all the way up to 60. Sometimes, depending on the vehicle, I'll run them up to 70. So when you guys, I know I said this could be a universal tune. However, keep everything else like my brake torque down to 1,000, but run this from 50. If it's not feeling good, kind of notch it up 10, kind of notch it up another 10. However, stay between 50 to 70. Again, I like to keep my cars around at 60. Turn anti-lock brake system off. I always like to run anti-ABS off. Awesome, chat. Let's get to our engine. Chat, so my engine, I always like to run below 500 horsepower. I am not the type of guy that's gonna run around the map and think, what was me and what was that, thinking I'm some fast guy. So we're gonna make sure your external wastegate, leave that on. Engine tune-up, 1%, right where I got it. And then you need your max torque. Max torque's gonna be at 4392. I always like to run them around 4392. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. However, if you like to kind of do that, you're more than welcome to. Get it right where I have it. That way, again, you guys can see the knockoff there at the engine tune-up. All right. Okay, so rev limiter. Rev limiter, leave that bad boy stock right where it's at, 8800. Then we're gonna go down to turbocharger, leave that on. Turbocharger air pressure. I turn this bad boy all the way down to 0.14 on all my cars. Boom, you should be pushing right here on the right side, up top. You should be pushing in around for 430 horsepower, if not more. I don't like to go over 500, so if you want a little bit more horsepower, you're more than welcome to do that. However, the way that I have your engine set up, this green bar, you should get a lot of revving. And then this blue bar, you should be able to get and control a lot of that rev limiter too as well. Awesome, guys. So gearbox, make sure for transmission type, you want sequential. For differential type, you want to switch over to viscous limited slip differential. For the diff locking ratio, you want to drop that bad boy all the way down to 50. So drop it down to 50. Should look like this, 50 NMS/rad. For final drive ratio, chat. Final drive ratio, you want that bad boy at 3.30. Kind of space out those gears a little bit. Now we're going to get into gear 1. Gear 1, we're going to drop this down to 1.70. Gear 2, we're going to up it by 5. So it should be looking like this, 1.65. Fat fingered something there, I do apologize. Gear 3, want to drop that up, sorry, you want to put that up to 1.60. Gear 4, you want that bad boy at 1.55. Gear 5, you want that at 1.50. And gear 6, you want that bad puppy at 1.45. As you guys can see on how I have my gear ratios here, you are more than welcome to copy this. It is by 5 points in increments here. So 1.70, 1.65, 1.60, 1.55, 1.50, 1.45. As you can see how that kind of did a domino effect down. Awesome, chat. That is about it. Make sure when you guys exit out, make sure you guys save it. Let me go ahead and show you guys a quick test drive on it. You guys are going to love this tune, I promise. A lot of people's favorite map is going to be Red Rock, so I'll be popping on Red Rock for us here. Hopefully your guys' Easter was amazing. You see how slow that transition is right there, chat? That's what I like. And you see how it swings me out? Swing, swing. It brings me in. Wherever I point this car, it's gonna go. Throttle control is key. I'll run a whole lap for you guys too as well. Make sure you guys drop a comment down below. Share this over to your friends, your family that plays CarX drift racing, or even your Discord community. If you guys have a Discord community, go ahead and send that over to them too as well. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, man. Let me know down below inside the comment section which one is your favorite car and you guys would like to see a tune on next. I'll make sure you guys get that tune. I am going to start doing a whole lot more how-to videos for us too as well. Awesome, chat. Make sure you guys drop that comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and hit that like for your boy Crispy. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit of how this car would perform of drifting within my universal tunes. Make sure you guys do those things for your boy Crispy. You guys stay tuned for the next how-to video. Until next time, enjoy.